Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR today. It's September 2nd, 2022. The man they call Meathead, the Matthew Thomas of the PWR Fantasy Draft, the third place participant. It's Matthew Thomas. Good morning, Matthew.
Matthew Thomas, who's making moves, man. I'm like that. I'm in that third place car in the race. When you're coming around the track.
They call that the clown car.
Third place is that's a great position for drafting, not like a PWR draft, but if you're getting into like stock car racing where you can kind of get behind it in the aerodynamics. So basically what I'm saying is the aerodynamics are just right for me right now.
We'll get to the PWR Fantasy Draft and all the shenanigans that are happening in just a little bit here. But first, before we go any farther, who is the sponsor for this morning's program?
That's Collar and Elbow Brand. If you tune into any of the pay-per-views or special events or network broadcasts that are coming up this weekend, I guarantee you are going to see some Collar and Elbow apparel. And if you want to be like all the cool kids that are there decked to the nine in their Collar and Elbow gear, head to collarandelbowbrand.com. Enter promo code LindaK, LINDAKAY, saves you 10%. And that's some change you can put in your pocket for whatever you see fit to do with that change.
By the way, that promo code does work over in the UK and in Cardiff as well. Now, I don't know if there's a currency exchange issue, but I've never had to spend my euros or my Deutschmarks or whatever else they're using over there. But
we have a solution for that, and it is called Thomas Tender. Just convert all your money to Thomas Tender. Collar and Elbow, you can use that at Collar and Elbow. You can use it in any country. Thomas Tender works everywhere. Yep, I've got. I remember
I did some work for somebody once, and I got paid in Thomas Tender, and it really didn't translate to anything. I think I got a free drink at a bar one night. That was about it.
Yeah. You can get whatever you want to with Thomas Tender.
Thomas Tender is almost like Eskimo Brothers currency.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now you're spot on there, and you don't have to be in Alaska to use it.
No, I've got Eskimo Brothers across the world, but you got to use your Eskimo brother connections.
I think Snoop Dogg is one, right?
Yeah, and didn't Taco have his own tender? Was it Taco Tender?
Did he?
He might have. You might have bit his gimmick. I don't know. We're gonna have to research that one.
He had his own. He observed his own time. He
had the Taco Standard Time. That's right. Remember when he was giving Mother Nature a break and just eating all stuff that was not natural? He ended up breaking out in like a day. All right, let's talk about the weekend that is. We're not going to go into SmackDown or Rampage tonight, even though Rampage is live from Chicago. It'll be a live Rampage. We're going to get the finals of the Rampage side of the brackets for the Trios Tag Team Tournament. Either the Best Friends or the Team of the Dark Order featuring Adam Page will move on to the pay-per-view this Sunday for the Trios tournament to take on the Elite. Let's first talk about Clash at the Castle. Tomorrow, well, depending on where you're watching it, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow morning, it's 12 Eastern, 11 Central, live on the Peacock or on your local cable operator. Matthew, let's run down the card here. Here's what we've got announced so far. Roman Reigns, the champion, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, will take on Drew McIntyre. Give me your prediction.
You mean the card in Cardiff? Man, I think this is made for Drew. We've seen the Drew as of late that beat Brock in 2020. We saw the Drew that won the Royal Rumble that year. They have made Drew feel like that Drew from a few years ago that we got away from. I think Drew comes out with the titles here.
Roman Reigns will win and retain as the Drew McIntyre that they have is the Drew McIntyre from 2020. However, he's been built for Roman Reigns to gobble up and move on.
Interesting.
SmackDown Women's Championship match. Liv Morgan, the champion, coming in against Shayna Baszler. They've given Shayna Baszler a little bit more of an attitude. Shayna Baszler looks a little bit more credible than she had even within the last 2 months. This is not for Shayna Baszler. Liv Morgan finds a way to retain.
No, I think so, and I think they've gotten firmly behind Liv at this point.
The Intercontinental Championship match, and this is going to be, as the kids say, a banger. Gunther, the champion, will take on It's a Shame, the Fame, Lobster Head, Sheamus, and the fellas, Gunther and Sheamus, for the Intercontinental Championship.
I think this is going to be an outstanding physical match. We've been there with Sheamus a bunch of times. I think there's more that is gained for the company for Gunther to retain here.
I'm going to have to agree on that one. I think maybe with help from Ludwig Kaiser, Gunther retains the Intercontinental Championship. Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka will take on the team of Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. They're calling them the Disruptors. The Disruptors are going to get this victory.
Yes, and Bayley pins Bianca to set up that title match. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Agreed. Matt Riddle. Matthew Thomas's Matthew to watch in 2019, I believe.
Oh, 2021, right?
2021. I can't keep the year straight anymore. Against Seth frickin' Rollins. This rivalry took a step up, this last week. Kind of like, what was it, Emerald? They kicked it up a notch. Bam!
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. It feels like the feel-good
the first time
story.
It feels like the first time.
Is going to be Riddle to win here, but I just don't... The problem you're running into with a lot of these Rollins feuds is Rollins not getting those big wins. And I'm still going to go Riddle here, but you just you get into the territory with Rollins not being able to close these matches out of kind of Bray Wyatt territory, where it is the guy who's at the top of the card. Everybody knows he's a star, but he's not getting those big wins. But I think Riddle walks away with this one.
I'll agree with you and disagree at the same time. Riddle's winning this match. Seth Rollins is Teflon. He can lose this match and still come out hotter than he was going into the match. I don't agree that it's the Bray Wyatt treatment there. Matthew, quick news. We're talking about Bray Wyatt, and there was talks maybe Bray Wyatt would show up. There is some hot and heavy conversations that it is possible we may see Braun Strowman by Monday morning.
That early, huh?
Your thoughts on Braun Strowman possibly showing back up in WWE?
Doesn't surprise me. I mean, nobody really coming back in surprises me at this point. And let me ask you this. Do you have, with us opening that door up, do you have him show up with maybe one or two of his buddies to make things more interesting?
Doom, 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 doom. I started doing Seven Nation Army, and I was trying to do the Wyatt song.
Yeah. Oh,
but Eric in AEW.
So I wasn't even thinking about Wyatt. I was thinking about some CYN buddies.
Ooh, so maybe Edward, Charlie, 333 maybe showing up, huh?
Yeah. So here's the thing, if you're going the way they're going, and clearly people know these are people that are being brought back by the new regime, I think there may be a little bit of interest in.
There's already a CYN buddy on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And is he going to make a show in the Roman Reigns Drew McIntyre match?
Man, I don't. And very easily they could want to go back to Braun that can sell the merch with the choo-choo train. And that's perfectly fine. I think there's definitely a place for that. But if you wanted a little bit, of a different edge,
pun intended.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that would be a different packaging. And you're right. I mean, he's got crossover on SmackDown, which kind of seems to be his self-contained thing there that he's doing with Drew and everything. But I don't know, man. I'm curious. I'll say that much.
And then the final match announced is Edge and Ray Mysterio, see, pun intended, taking on the Judgment Day. There's a lot of stuff going on here because Ray Mysterio is going to be on this show, but Dominic Mysterio is not scheduled to compete. Does Rhea Ripley, who's also not scheduled to compete, get it a little closer to Dominic?
I hope so. And,
you think there's love in the air?
I don't know what there is. I think there's a little bit of a change in Dominic's character. And here's something, I can't take credit for it, but I've seen it tossed around and it's fresh in my head now because of the A&E documentary this past weekend. Does Dominic's new hairstyle kind of remind you of somebody when he was a little bit younger?
Uncle Eduardo's?
Yes. This doesn't even have to involve Rhea, but my goodness, wouldn't you like to see that revisited by heel Dominic?
Wow, maybe Uncle Eddie was my daddy, man.
By heel Dominic questioning his lineage there. I really, really want to see that. And you know what? Anytime I see those segments throughout the years, anytime I see, the clips from that angle, it's like it's in, granted, some of this might be because, Eddie's involved and he's no longer with us, but it's endearing, it's not a cringe-worthy angle. It's like, that was fun.
Well, it was fun, but there was cringeworthy moments from it. Bruce Pritchett did tell us during the India biography it was considered to have Dominic hanging on a pole. I mean, they were stealing from the Judy Bagwell on a pole match.
I don't see anything wrong with. You can follow that under that. There's a file where there's stuff that shouldn't work, that should just be over the top. That's in it. And Boss Man driving away with Big Show's father's casket while Big Show's trying to hang on.
Wow, the dog kennel in the hell match, or
I went back and I watched that video yesterday. Oh my goodness! And he's got the car with the megaphone, and oh my goodness, it's so great.
Yeah. All right, let's move over. Let's slide on over to the Power Man 5000 pay-per-view. By the way, I'm a dunce. When I typed in Worlds Collide, this isn't the first one that NXT did. I didn't pay attention. They've done this before because the pictures I got was it was like Gunther taking on somebody, or excuse me, Walter took on somebody. It was the Undisputed Era, I believe. There was a whole bunch of people. Adam Cole was on there as well. So
I want to say, not the first one. I want to say that was done.
Rhea versus Tony Storm.
I think that was done Royal Rumble weekend of 2020, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember being on vacation and watching that prior to Royal Rumble 2020, right before everything.
One of the big matches was Tony Storm and Rhea Ripley, in NXT. All right, let's go to the Worlds Collide. Here's the announced matches so far. Braun Breaker and the NXT UK champion Tyler Bate, they will unify the heavyweight championship. Triple threat title unification match for the NXT Women's Championship and NXT Women's UK Championship. Mandy Rose, Miko Satomura, and Blair Davenport, two champions and a number one contender. They will they will put up the tag team titles. The NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, taking on Raw's Doudrop and Nikki ASH. And then I believe, I don't know if it's officially announced, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, Ricochet and the NXT North American champion, Carmelo Hayes. Matthew, thoughts, predictions?
So I gave a little preview to this the other night when we reviewed it, but I think with this, you need to tell a unifying story, and that story needs to be a complete brand heel turn. NXT UK needs to take every single title that they are in competition for, same as the people coming from the main roster. You need to have NXT 2.0 lose every single title and, basically kind of tell a NWO WCW story where the current organization that everybody knows, NXT 2.0, everybody there at Full Sail, they have to cheer for their underdog promotion to come from behind and win the titles back.
Well, I'm not asking any of those guys to come from behind. So let us move on. The Raw Superstars obviously announced for the show are Nikki ASH and Mountain Dewdrop. Let's talk AEW All Out on Sunday. We got clarification on Wednesday night of what the main event was going to be, with Jon Moxley leaving the open-ended contract in the ring, Ace Steel grabbing it for his buddy CM Punk, and CM Punk signing it. So that will be the main event. Let's run down this card. And Matthew, it is a doozy. There are 14 matches announced for Sunday.
Hey, real quick, let me get clarification on something. Did we see CM Punk physically sign the contract, or he just hold it?
Yes. We saw him physically sign it. Yeah,
so there's not a chance that he didn't sign it and Ace Steel actually signs it and Ace Steel competes.
So what you're saying is there's a chance that Shane McMahon will show up because he bought WCW.
Oh my goodness, man. I would not mind seeing Ace Steel as champion.
14 matches for Sunday. Let's go from top to bottom. The AEW World Championship, it's Jon Moxley and CM Punk with no stipulation that I'm aware of. The World Trios Championship Tournament Finals. And remember, we're recording this and broadcasting Friday morning, so we do not know who the last team is in the finals. It's the Elites, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, taking on either the Dark Order's Hangman Page, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds, or the Best Friends, Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta, and Chuck Taylor. Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs. The World Tag Team Championship, Swerve in Our Glory, taking on The Acclaim. Yow, yow. The Casino Ladder Match, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Penta El Zero Miedo, Ray Phoenix, Rush, Andrade El Idolo, Dante Martin, and the Joker. We don't know who the Joker is yet. Wardlow and FTR in a trios match against Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns. Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, and Christian Cage. The TBS Championship, Jade Cargill and Athena. House of Black will go in a trios match against Darby Allin, Sting, and Miro. The Interim World Women's Championship, Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, Bryan Danielson, and Chris Jericho. The 0 Hour pre-show. Literally, we've got 3 on the pre-show. The All-Atlantic Championship, Pac, taking on Kip Sabian. We've got the FTW World Championship, Hook and Angelo Parker. And then finally, Tomohiro Ishii against the returning Eddie Kingston. Matthew, match by match, would you like to give out some predictions?
Yeah. Where do you want to start?
14, by the way.
Where would you, or do you may just
start from the top? Start from the top, and I'll call the matches out for you. Moxley and Punk.
I'd pick my newest member on my team, CM Punk, to win a title in his hometown for a nice little warm feel-good moment for everybody.
We'll get to that right after we're done with the matches. Matthew Thomas making a move. He chooses CM Punk. I say retaining as Jon Moxley. World Trios. Matthew.
I think we have the team of Omega and the Bucks.
Okay. I think that it actually could be the Best Friends.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing them with a little bit of gold.
Not at all.
Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs.
I think this is made for Ricky.
Made for Ricky is exactly where I'm at, too. World Tag Team Championships. A member of the team they call Meathead, Swerve in Our Glory, taking on Yow, listen. Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaimed.
I think the Acclaimed are just too hot right now. I think you're losing a belt or two.
Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. They are the Acclaimed, and they're in control. Retaining is Swerve in Our Glory. Casino Ladder Match. Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Penta El Zero Miedo, Ray Phoenix, Rush, Andrade El Idolo, Dante Martin, and Mystery Joker. Is it one of the 7 or is it the Joker?
It's the Joker.
Okay, it's the Joker as well. I don't know who if it is. It could be Tony Khan for all we know. One of 3 trios matches, Wardlow and FTR against Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh,
this one's pretty basic to me.
Team FTR, I think.
Jungle Boy and Jack Perry, Christian Cage.
Jungle Boy needs this.
Christian Cage wins the match.
Ooh.
Jade Cargill and Athena for the TBS Championship.
Jade's retaining.
House of Black, Darby Allin, Sting, Miro. That's 4. Isn't that 4 of them? I mean,
yeah.
Let me just stop. I think we have 4 trios matches. Hold on, let's count them. The finals, the FTR Wardlow, that's 2, and then House of Black, Darby, that's 3 trios. Excuse me. 3 trios and a 4-way.
My goodness.
God.
I think Team House of Black comes out on top here.
Now, the Redeemer, Sting, and Miro win in the match. Interim Women's World Championship, Storm, Hayter, Baker, Shida.
It's probably made for Toni Storm.
Made for Storm. I'm calling it upset. Your winner and new Women's Interim World Champion, Jamie Hayter.
Ooh, I would not mind that.
Danielson and Jericho.
Let's go Danielson here.
Okay, pre-show. Pac, Sabian.
I want to see Sabian go over here after being in a box for 2 years.
I'm the man in the box. Unfortunately, Tommy Dreamer has called dibs on that as a theme song. Pac retains. This one, Matthew, I'm just going to tell you, Hook's retaining over Angelo Parker.
Oh, yeah.
And then, no offense to either competitor, but this is one that means nothing to me. Kingston, Ishii.
Let's go Eddie here.
It's Ishii winning. All right. Matthew, let's talk PWR Fantasy Draft. 4 moves have been made, 2 by the Team Long Time, 2 by the what Matthew Damas team? What's your team name again?
It is Team Nelson Mandela.
Team Nelson Mandela. Matthew Thomas has dropped Brock Lesnar and picked up CM Punk, and he has also dropped Matthew. Tell us.
I dropped, unfortunately, Lacey Evans, who fortunately was one of my big sleeper picks here in the PWR draft, and hasn't worked out that well for me. So Lacey Evans,
you picked up,
no longer a member of Team Nelson Mandela. I picked up the guy who is he's not from the great state
Carolina,
or South Carolina for that matter. Kenny Omega.
Okay, Linda Kay, the team long time. She is picking up. Stand by. I had it here and I lost it for a second. Stand by. Stand by. She's dropping Thunder Rosa and picking up Tony Storm. She also drops Omos and picks up Gunther. The man they call Meathead, currently leading because Matthew and Linda have both dropped 50 points apiece. The total is brought to you by the accounting firm of Dewey Cheatham & Howe. 1,835 for Meathead, 1,560 for Linda, and 1,190 for Matthew. Folks, don't be disappointed. Before the pay-per-view starts tomorrow morning, after Rampage tonight, I will announce my picks live on Twitter. I will be making picks after Rampage goes off the air.
And who says this is finalized? Who says this is finalized right now?
You're right.
You don't know this is going to happen, Meathead. Nobody knows this is going to happen. Linda surely doesn't know this is going to happen. But little birdie whispered in my ear that the guy that I picked up yesterday, CM Punk, was in hot demand in the PWR draft moves up and down. So right now, Linda, if you're listening to this, CM Punk can still be yours.
If the price is right.
Exactly. And right now the price is one Drew McIntyre. Oh, yeah, I do hereby officially propose a trade.
You have CM Punk on the trade block and looking for Drew McIntyre. Wow. It would have to be finalized before 12 Eastern, 11 a.m. Central on Saturday morning.
Oh, yeah. This is suspenseful.
All righty. Well, that is PWR Today for the week. For Linda K, I almost said Linda Thomas. For Linda K, Matthew Thomas, I'm the man that called Meathead. Thanks for stopping by. We will have all of the pay-per-view coverage Monday morning. We're going to be going overtime. I'm telling you right now, Monday morning show could be 2 hours. We'll have to see. I mean, we've got 3 damn shows to go over. So for Linda, for Matthew, I'm Meathead. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you Monday morning. So long, everyone.